Emory Tate scares his opponent into resigning. We've got one of those mysterious situations today where one side resigns despite the material being completely equal. It's a very fascinating game. I think you'll enjoy it. So the game was played in 2005 in a town called Hoevingen, which is in the north of the Netherlands, about 100 miles from Amsterdam. Emory has the white pieces and is playing an English FIDE master who goes by the name Stephen Giddens. Emory was rated 2371 and Giddens was rated 2200. I hope you enjoy. Knight f3 is played by Emory Tate. However, most of the time Emory does actually play e4. However, in this game he's decided to go knight f3. Emory liked to play knight f3 sometimes when he felt like throwing his opponent off guard, and he's actually beaten a grandmaster in this line. Knight f6 was played, and now we see c4, so Tate is transposing into the English defense. We now see b6, so black is preparing to develop this light square bishop to this b7 square. Tate does the same, and this structure is also known as the fianchetto structure. And now c5, so black is clamping down on the center here. Tate continues with bishop g2 and bishop b7, and here Emory just simply gets his king to safety and castles kingside. e6 was played. This move allows this bishop to develop so black can castle, and it also maybe supports d5 pushes in the future. So Tate goes knight c3, just developing his camp, and now black plays the funny looking move a6. a6 is the second most popular move here and has been played over 887 times. The idea is to stop this knight from coming to the b5 square, where it could be quite a nuisance, especially if the position opens up. And from here there's three popular moves, the most popular being d4, then rook e1, and then b3, and Tate actually ends up going with b3 in the game. Bishop e7 was played, and now Tate played a move that had only ever been played once out of 119 games that have gotten this exact position, and doesn't go bishop b2 but goes bishop a3. The idea is to try open up the center and get this bishop onto this nice diagonal, and now we see the move d5 by black. And now black is actually threatening to go d4, same move like king h1. This would be really bad for white as his bishop would be completely caged in. So for that reason Tate cannot allow the move of d4 as it would give black a big advantage. So Tate decides to initiate some exchanges here with cd5, knight d5, and bishop d5. And here Tate tried to open up the position by playing the move d4. If this is taken, then after bishop e7, queen e7, we can actually take this and we hit this and this, and this would be very good for white. So for that reason, after d4, this cannot really be taken, so black plays the top engine move here and goes knight d7. Tate now slides his rook onto the c file with rook c1. Black just finishes off his development with castles kingside, so black's got all these pieces into the game now, and now Tate plays the move e3. However, a more accurate move could have been queen d3, maybe threatening the move e4 here, what would be very strong for white in this position. After e3, queen b8 was played, a fairly strange looking move at first. However, it does have an idea behind it. Rook e1, and now queen b7. So now we see this whole kind of maneuver idea to get this queen to b7, where it can line up a battery along this nice diagonal. If this queen moves, then oops, you actually lose here after this. So it does have a bit of poise to it, this nice little battery. However, is actually a losing move. There's only one move in here that gives white a big advantage, and Tate finds it e4. You might be wondering, is this pawn not just free? Well, after bishop e4 and rook e4, after queen e4, we have the very nice move knight h4, unleashing a very nice skewer along this diagonal, and this queen, as you notice, actually has nowhere to go. It can't go here, it can't go here, it can't go anywhere here, and it can't go along this file. So the only move to not lose the queen is queen d4. And after this, we play the very nice move bishop a8. And after bishop a8, if this is taken, we can simply just actually take this, and after this, we are simply up a piece. After this, if you think, okay, maybe black can just take here, well, after this, we actually just take the knight, and we're completely winning here up a piece, so black would be completely lost in this position. So if we go all the way back to e4, this pawn cannot be taken, so for that reason we see the move bishop c6. And now Tate continues his rampage and goes d5, just smashing through black's position. Nasty stuff. This cannot be taken because after this, there's an attack on the bishop and this bishop. So a bishop pair, a double attack. So after d5, this bishop only has one square, and that's b5. That's the only square where it doesn't lose kind of immediately. And Tate says, you know what? This bishop served its purpose along the a3 to f8 diagonal. So I'm going to slide it back to b2, where it can become an absolute menace in the future. As you see, there may be some queen ideas lining up. So this bishop is very well placed on the b2 square. Knight f6 was tried, but Tate doesn't care about this little knight move and goes d6, so attacking this bishop. Bishop d8 is the only move that preserves the bishop, and Tate says, you know what, I don't like this knight here, so he decides to exchange it. gf6 was seen in the game, however, bishop f6 cannot be played, because then we can actually play the move e5, attacking this bishop. This bishop has no future along this diagonal, so it has to go back to d8, and after the nasty move, knight d4, attacking this queen and a rook, and this bishop can't even come back to retreat. That's why the knight had to come to d4. So yeah, after this, that would be completely over, and white would just be simply winning. So gf6 had to be played, and now queen d2. And now black here plays the seemingly harmless move, bishop c6, just trying to put some more attackers on this pawn. And now Tate plays the move queen h6, and after queen h6, black, a FIDE master from the United Kingdom, resigns. Black decided this position was unplayable, so he had to resign even though the material is equal. And now what we're going to do is decipher why black resigned, because it may not be entirely clear to you. It definitely wasn't clear to me at first. If black tried to win this pawn here, then we can play knight g5, attacking this bishop and threatening checkmate in one. If this bishop moves and the queen hangs, and this position is completely over. But after queen h6, the top engine move is rook e8. After rook e8, we play a very nice move, what's hard to find, and it's b4. You might be wondering, b4, is this really worth black to resign? The problem is, we are threatening. We actually have a very nice threat here of just taking here and going rook c5 and getting this rook into the h5 square where it can threaten the checkmate in one. And if black decided to take this pawn here, we can actually go knight d4, double attacking this bishop, so this bishop would have to move. And then we can simply go e5, just unleashing a skewer from this bishop on g2. And if, say, a move like rook c8, we can just take, and this would be completely over. So black just doesn't have a future in this position. So after queen h6, black resigned, was just too scared of Emory Tate's moves. So Emory Tate beat a FIDE master in 21 moves. Pretty amazing stuff. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like these, leave a like up. Comment, all of that stuff is greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time and attention. If you're interested in seeing any other games played by Emory Tate, I've got some here for you. Have a good day.